coming out of the last corner, most important to get a lot of speed onto the straight. As we can see, hand on the F-duct going down main straight. Then very difficult to see the braking point because the boards are on the left, so very difficult to get the reference. First corner is not too tight. Again, very early on power. Important to have a good exit because then we have the longest straight line from turn 2 to turn 3. Is about 1.2 kilometers long. Focusing on the braking point here, we go a little bit up and then the track goes down, braking around 100-meter sign, stopping the car, turning around and straight back on power. Traction is actually really good out of this corner. Braking here, left-hander, turn 4 really tight, and then leading into a section right, left, very little grip. The car is very likely to oversteer, to slide, and then going back out up the hill, and then we come to a very nice piece of the track. Fast hander 7 and 8. Flat out 6th, 7th gear, as we see, hand on the F-duct, so one-handed is not very comfortable. Down 2 gears and into turn 10, 3rd or 2nd gear, again going back out, and then the nicest corner of the track in my point of view, turn 12, very long. There's a lot of banking, but then very tricky as it leads straight into another corner off camber, so very tricky to get it absolutely right. Then very floating corners, 13, 14, on the limit on the exit, and then the last 2 corners. So just coming back to the main straight, turn 15, 16, as we see, straight on the F-duct and just carrying all the speed onto the main straight. And that was 1 lap. So Korea circuit, new track to all of us, but quite entertaining with lots of straight in the first sector, but then lots of corners, fortunately. And yeah, here we see, obviously quite happy about the pole position. So good track. It's a nice track. It's obviously a little bit different because you have all the straight lines following each other and then all the corners. But it's actually nice to then enter the section of corners without having a real break and just going from one corner to the other. You get the flow, you get the rhythm until you are back on the main straight again. So that's quite nice. And the corners we have are very tricky. Some are really made to lead us into mistakes, and mistakes happen often. But in the end, it's an effort or a challenge to get a really clean lap where everywhere you can say, okay, I was spot on the line, hit the line, got everything right.
He got everything right in qualifying.